get your 200th episode bicentennial long tee this week. And I got to thank the designer, Alicia Cole, for a great design of the logo. Thank you, Alicia. Just in time for fall, it's at castropolis.net. Look for the details. We don't take a lot of advertising money because we want to keep the message pure. We want to deliver it the way it should be delivered. So this is a fun way and a sporty way to support the podcast. And we just appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, man. 200 episodes. A lot of you have been here since the beginning. A lot of you have found us along the way, and we just appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Go to castropolis.net and order your limited edition bicentennial shirt today. This is the G Podcast Daily.
Today is Wednesday, November 29th. It's Wisdom Wednesday, and this is the G Podcast Daily. 5 minutes of news and knowledge to get you through your day. Let's get it.
Start the clock.
And on this day,
in 1908, civil rights activist Adam Clayton Powell was born in New Haven, Connecticut. In 1935, two-term congressman from North Carolina, Henry Plummer Cheatham, died in Oxford, North Carolina. In 1989, the Space Shuttle Discovery landed after completing a secret mission. It was led by the first black commander of a space shuttle mission, Colonel Frederick D. Gregory, and actor Chadwick Boseman of Black Panther fame would have been 47 today. Born on this day in 1976.
Here's news from UNN with Alexander Caden.
This is UNN, Urban Network News, national news and information for one of our people of color. I'm Alexander Caden. With the holiday shopping season officially in full swing, it's a foregone conclusion that the big retail corporations will rake in the big bucks. But what about the smaller black business players in the game? Because one thing that cannot be ignored is the spending power black buyers have to the tune of more than $1 trillion annually. So, in theory, there should be no excuse not to at least spend a few dollars with companies and stores owned and operated by black folks. And there's no shortage of black-owned businesses to support, with the internet being the great equalizer for companies that don't have a physical store. But if you're somehow still having problems finding a black-owned business to support, there is an app for that. Just visit our website at myunn.net for the link and shop black-owned. A federal appeals court in Arkansas has ruled that only the federal government and not private citizens or civil rights groups can sue to enforce the 1965 Voting Rights Act. The decision will likely be appealed to the Supreme Court, but if it does stand, it could hamper individuals and civil rights groups' legal right to fight racial discrimination in voting. Multiple conservative organizations are filing lawsuits against the Abundant Life Project, a program launched in San Francisco designed to combat the medical racism researchers found that has caused a large number of black women to die from childbirth. The Abundant Birth Project provides unconditional cash supplements to Black and Pacific Islander mothers as a strategy to reduce preterm birth and improve economic outcomes in communities. As Chicago's brutal winter looms, city and state officials are scrambling to find shelter for more than 2,000 migrants now living at airports, police stations, and on the city's streets. A 77-year-old black Texas attorney was arrested for allegedly smuggling narcotics to inmates while making work-related visits to a county jail. You've been listening to UNN. For more national news and information for one of our people of color, visit our website at myunn.net.
Your G clip of the day.
Make sure you catch up on This is the G Podcast this week. A new episode returns this Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern.
Listen to This is the G Podcast and subscribe. All links at castropolis.net. It's Wisdom Wednesday.
The BJ Murphy Radio Show.
It was a shame to see T.I. and his son and his family in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium fighting and arguing and getting thrown out over an argument. And, you know, his son King has been in the news a lot. I think he's rebelling against T.I. because I think that his father didn't pay a lot of attention to him, and this is his way of getting attention. And this whole argument was about whether he grew up.
That's your opinion.
I'm observing it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm listening to the language. But I'm listening to the language that his son is using because they felt like T.I. abandoned them when they were growing up. So right now they got into this argument this past Sunday over whether King grew up in the hood and then grew up in a gated community. And he's telling everybody, I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth.
Right. Standing in a suite at the stadium.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
He attended private school.
Right. I mean, what are you talking about?
Yeah, T.I. had the best for his son. He did the best for his son. His son preferred to live with his grandmother. Mm-hmm. And T.I. asked him, well,
because Tiny said in the video is because he wanted to suck a pacifier. And that was the only place where he could do it. She said he wanted to suck a pacifier until he was 12.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy.
The BJ Murphy Radio Show.
Thanks for stopping by. This is the G Podcast Daily. News and knowledge to help you get through your Wisdom Wednesday, November 29th, 2023. Enjoy your day.
You've been listening to This is the G Podcast. This is the G Podcast is a production of the Castropolis Podcast Network. Thanks for listening.